Next, we'll move on to the student trustee report. Bernard, if you wouldn't mind giving a report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With our national elections fast approaching, it is time for many of us to dust off our old campaign hats, don some comfortable shoes, and put in for a couple of hard months of good work. In this way, the elections are rather like the Olympics, where once every 4 years the entire world focuses its attention on a competition between a field comprised of our best and brightest, culminating in one champion emerging victorious. Although this panoply of pomp and an adversarial conflict makes for great news, it does not adequately reflect the true nature of either event or the subsequent effects on all of those involved. The real story is in that in-between time where the day-to-day grind takes its toll on all but the very best and most dedicated among us. With all due respect to any sprinters present, we're in a marathon here, and in a refreshing display of recognition and appreciation of this fact, there is a growing list made up of students, faculty, and staff who have committed to sign up to become deputy registrars. After training and certification, they will then participate in a host of different events here at CLC, sponsored by student government and various clubs in the weeks leading up to the elections, and hopefully well beyond that, past the current news cycle, where they will be qualified for the next 2 years to register voters right on the spot. Special thanks goes to our own Beverly Phelps, multicultural coordinator and advisor for Black Student Union, for inspiring these members of our community to perform this very important civic duty. For every right implies a responsibility, every opportunity an obligation, every possession a duty. I borrowed that last part from John Rockefeller. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Bernard. Some other matters. We had a photo session earlier tonight with the board, and we mentioned also in the update, CLC has been awarded the 2016 ACCT Central Region Equity Award. We presented that at the Regional Awards Luncheon during the ACCT Congress in New Orleans on Friday, October 7th. So all trustees, of course, are encouraged to attend and invited to the lunch as well. Thank you to all the faculty and staff that worked on the proposal and the work that we've done over the years to substantiate the CLC Diversity and Equity Awards effort. This is the CLC's third recognition of diversity initiatives within a little over a year, which means we are maintaining our commitment to our strategic goal related to diversity and continuous improvement. Also, at the Association of Community College Trustees, or ACCT, this year, the trustees Amanda Holland and Richard Anderson and I, along with President Weber, are presenting the Aligning Governance with Innovating Student Success Strategies during the session at ACCT. This session will highlight the board's support of innovative student success strategies at CLC, which is designed to increase our enrollment and retention. Also, Trustee Barbara Oilschlager and I, along with President Weber, are presenting a complete career pathway, high schools to health professions, which will highlight the board's support for a partnership with Rosalind Franklin University and other local high schools. As we continue to build our partnership, which is a direct pathway from high school to careers, and in this instance to health careers. On another note, Mike Monahan, who's the Executive Director of the ICCTA, has asked CLC to bring our ACCT presentation, Aligning Governance with Innovative Student Success Strategies, to the ICCTA, or the Illinois Community College Trustees Association membership, on September 9th in Springfield. And I think Trustee Anderson, right, and Trustee Holland are doing that as well, and are scheduled to do the same presentation along with Trustee Oilschlager, who I believe will serve as the moderator, right?
Yes.
Okay. And also, we had a chance this summer to say goodbye to the Xi'an International University students that were here visiting our campus for 3 weeks. little ceremony with them, what, about a month ago or so? 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago, and there were, what, a dozen or so students that were here, along with Rachel Lee, the English instructor from Xi'an International University. I had an opportunity to speak before the group and wish them farewell. And this was the first time, even though we've sent students to Xi'an, which I think we're getting ready to send some additional this semester. Did they leave already?
Yeah, today.
Today? Okay, good, good. So, but this is the first time they came here. So that's a significant milestone, so that we're hoping that that can continue. And I also had a chance to speak to the WPDI,
Workforce Professional Development Institute.
Okay, the real estate folks, a week ago or so, to help kick off the folks that are interested in developing real estate skills. I've asked Bob Riley to prepare a brief to be presented at the September board meeting on the new legislation for community colleges. It's related to travel, expenses, and other matters. So we'll be talking about that. We'll get, he'll receive, I should say, the information, the brief from Mr. Riley. As soon as he has that prepared, then we'll get a chance to talk about the new legislation and how that will affect us all, including the training that will sign into law by the governor. Unless there's questions of the chair. Yes, ma'am.
Can I give a short update on the
Sure.
CCTA retreat?
Yep. I didn't know we had one, but go ahead.
As we're talking about legislation, actually made a copy for everyone. This is the piece of one of the pieces of legislation that's going to be impacting us as far as our training goes, and the other piece that's going around is talks about the Open Meetings Act as well. But we spent 2 very robust days of discussion. Trustee Richard Anderson and I both attended as members of the executive committee, and I think the most important piece to the legislation on the training is beginning January 1st, any newly elected or appointed trustee is going to have to complete 4 hours of training in their first, third, and 5th year as a trustee, and there's probably 10 different topics that we have to include in that. The irony of this is a piece of the fallout from the whole College of the Page thing, where one bad apple or spoil the pot, and now all of us are being punished. To put it in perspective, we have to get 4 hours of training in the first, third, and 5th year of our terms, yet individuals sitting on a high school board, they have to have 1 hour of training the whole time that they were sitting there. But fortunately, ICCTA is one of the designated trainers, so we will be delivering the training that's needed, being our regular seminars, webinars. We'll probably even make it available to actually go out to individual schools, because every trustee would have to participate. The downside, or I think the side that kind of tickles my fancy a bit, is if you don't do the training, if us as trustees don't do the training, because we have to be certified with our secretary on the board, and if we don't do it, we have to put it on our website that we didn't do it. And that's it. Kind of makes one think. There was quite a bit of discussion with some other trustees about, okay, fine, put it on the website. And, we go through more training than any other entity that's out there. But and the travel policy that you brought up, again, we discussed that in length as well, and I'm sure this will be in Bob's report as well. It looks to me, anyway, pretty much that Lake County is already doing everything that's required in the legislation. I guess some schools are not, so it's nice to know that we're already, from my perspective, looks like we're pretty much in compliance already. The executive committee also reappointed folks to sit on the executive committee of ICCTA. I have to say that Rich Anderson has been reappointed as the chairman of the baccalaureate degree program, and I was reappointed as well as the ACCT state coordinator for Illinois. And then just one addition on the presentations that we're doing. In addition to the ones that Chairman Griffin mentioned, both Rich Anderson and I have been asked by ACCT to participate on a panel for chair, it's called the Chairs Academy, which is going to be taking place in New Orleans as well, where new chairs come on and hear from us, some of us old timers. One question that we might want to clarify too, Bill,
Yes,
is
ma'am.
on our diversity award. Yes, I know we're getting the Central Region Award at the luncheon, but then that also puts us into the running for the evening at that at the awards gala, which is Friday evening. So we need to be making arrangements to be there as well.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for mentioning that. That's right. Barrett, can you catch that?
Sure. We have talked about it a little, but I thought there was a connection. I'm glad you mentioned
There
that.
definitely is. You're right. I should have had that.
Because they don't make the announcement until the awards gala, so
That's right.
it'd be
That's
kind
right.
of bad if we weren't there.
Yeah.
And we win the actual.
Yeah. Where are they? We don't know.
Yeah,
that's a
so
good
let's
point.
make sure we make some arrangements. That concludes my ICCT report. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry for missing that.
And I would just, because I was there too.
You were?
Yeah, I really was. I was there for all the meetings, right in there with bells on.
Okay.
But anyways, one of the trustees pointed out that the training law actually talks about who is necessary to take this training, and it talks about who are elected or appointed board of trustees serving pursuant to this article have been elected or appointed after the effective date of this amendatory act of the 99th General Assembly, or appointed to fill a vacancy of at least 1 year's duration of an elected trustee after the effective date of this amendatory act of the 99th General Assembly, which we all kind of took to read that all of us sitting here right now are not covered by this until we run for re-election or new board members appointed and they are covered by this. So that might be something that we should think about, because if this is my last term and I have 4 years left, it'd be nice not to have to do this.
Well,
Good.
I've had a few.
5 years.
Okay. Well, Mr. Riley's going to lead us into discussion of not only this, but I think there's 4 other legislative acts.
I think there's total of 4 total.
The aggregate. Okay.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Councilman.
Yeah, it was interesting too in the discussion that we had. Almost looks like, what was the word, discriminatory toward
Yes.
community colleges, because we're the only group that's identified in this piece of legislation for training. All of your village trustees, they're excluded. Your local high school, grade school boards, they're excluded. We're the only ones that got targeted. Thank you, CLC.
Any other questions?